You ever wake up in the dead of night, heart pounding, with that sick feeling in your gut like the ground beneath? Detroit's defense is about to crumble, but nobody's ready to scream it out loud. Like the air itself is thick with tension, every breath heavier than the last, because something's tearing apart the very fabric of Aaron Glenn's defense, and it's not just whispers anymore. It's lightning striking hard and fast. Light up the comments if your soul bleeds Honolulu blue and silver, because tonight's news drags you through the fire, right into the chaos we've been fearing, yet hoping would never come. Behind the locker room doors, behind the stoic faces of coaches and players, there's a storm brewing. Insiders who've seen every strain and grit of this season are now whispering a brutal truth that fans across the Motor City will struggle to swallow. Terrion Arnold and Derek Barnes, two of the Lions' defensive pillars, have been struck down with injuries, shaking the very foundation of the defense like a quake ripping through Ford Field's core. This isn't just another injury report to scroll past and forget. It's something darker, a raw cut in the heart of our defense that had been holding steady, a defense we pinned our fractured hopes on after enduring so much, for a city that's watched heartbreak parades since '91, where every Sunday felt like a heartless tease from destiny. This feels personal. This legacy of pain, this endless cycle of rebuilding from the ashes of forgettable seasons, of near misses, and what if it all comes roaring back? What if these injuries are the tipping point? What if this is the moment where the dream we dared to clutch turns into a nightmare? Aaron Glenn's defense was our last line of hope. Those sideline battles, the bone-crushing hits, the lightning-fast reactions. We believed in it like a religion, like the city believes in its comeback story. But the loss of Arnold and Barnes? That's more than just missing players. It's a hemorrhage in an already thin lineup, a call to arms that forces rookies, backups, and the untested into the spotlight with everything on the line. What if the depth just isn't there? What if this stretch of silence on the injury front is just the beginning of a siege that Miami, Buffalo, or Kansas City will exploit like ravenous wolves? The stakes are beyond football. It's pride. It's legacy. It's the desperation and resilience of a blue-collar city that never gives up, even when the clock runs low and the odds stack high. Detroit knows how to fight from the bottom, but what if this fight breaks us before we even get to the promised land of playoff lights? The questions cascade. No answers yet. What if it's too late to patch the holes? What if Aaron Glenn's defense finally unravels when the whole city is watching, waiting for that spark to ignite a late-season surge or confirm the haunted past seeping back into our souls? Our eyes lock onto the field, into the battle zones, where every snap and tackle counts double now, with two key defenders sidelined, our opponents smelling blood like Detroit's past failures are a feast. And who steps up now? Who fills those losing voids? Rookies with nothing to lose or veterans pushed beyond their limits. It's a test of character, of grit forged in Motor City's relentless forge. And here's the kicker. If the dominoes start falling, if the defense crumbles further, you better believe the tremors will shake more than just this team. This is a ripple that could rewrite Detroit's entire season, turning hope into desperation overnight. Because if this injury report turns into a run of bad breaks, if Arnold and Barnes' absence creates a collapse no one saw coming, you won't believe which parts of the defense will start bleeding next, which veterans will be pushed to the brink, which young Lions will face destiny fully exposed. Detroit's not just scrambling for answers anymore. We're standing on the edge of something wild, raw, and perhaps devastating. And now the fuse is lit. All that's left is to hold our breath and wait for the explosion that crushed the chains. Detroit, we don't just fight for a season. We're fighting for our soul, for the pride that's been battered, bruised, and nearly broken but refuses to die. Every man in that locker room, every coach, every damn fan knows the scars we wear from decades of heartbreak, from the gut-wrenching 0-1-6 nightmare that haunted the city, to the fleeting hope of Calvin's farewell, Sanders' dash into retirement, and the endless cycle of rebuilds that seem more like a cruel joke than a comeback story. We watched them toss the game away last season like it was nothing, stringing us along with glimpses of glory, only to leave us staring at the ceiling fan, questioning if this is just another chapter of disappointment or the beginning of something real, something raw. Now, that hope flickers dangerously low because in the blink of an eye, two of our steel beasts, our most vital defenders, Arnold and Barnes, got knocked out in back-to-back plays like a freight train crashing through a fragile city, ripping apart our already frayed defense. Think back. Remember the dread of Jim Caldwell's firing, how we desperately clung to that final playoff push, only to fall flat on our faces. This feels the same, like history's echoing louder than ever, like Detroit's last stand is teetering. On the edge. Arnold, that young star with blazing speed and raw instincts, and Barnes, the linebacker who turned chaos into clarity, both gone, leaving a void that's more than just a spot on the depth chart. It's a wound, a gaping hole that rivals the chaos of '91, a city born from hardship now staring into the abyss, fearing the worst at our defense. Once a steel trap, now just a paper match fort ready to collapse under the weight of injury. Doubt and ruthless NFC North rivalries circling like sharks in cold waters. Think about last year's ferocious wildcard game. How we looked unstoppable until the final minutes. Now, what if those missed tackles, those blown coverages, become extermination points? What if this injury blow is the beginning of the avalanche that buries our hopes, a domino run that no veteran, no rookie can stop? Front offices will scramble. Veteran leaders will be pushed into uncharted territory. Rookies will be thrown into the fire. Will they rise or fold under the pressure? Detroit's legacy has always been about resilience. Barry's dash, Megatron's rows of touchdowns, even that unforgettable safety in 2008 yet. This feels like an expiration date looming over our entire defense, ready to expire when we need it the most. That tremor doesn't just shake our team. It cracks the foundation of the city, a place that's seen glory, heartbreak, and relentless rebirth. Yet here we are, trembling at the specter of a season teetering on the brink of chaos. What if these injuries strip away the illusion of a resilient defense, expose our vulnerabilities, and send us spiraling down? The NFC North feels like a hungry pack, smelling weakness in the water, waiting to pounce on the weakened lion carcass, knowing we're struggling to hold the line. The front offices gamble signing a few free agents in desperation, holding hope that untested rookies can fill the void. It's make or break time. That's what makes us breathless. The idea that this complex puzzle can shatter into pieces, that the blueprint of adversity and resilience could turn into utter destruction quicker than we can blink. Our entire season now hinges on who steps up, who fights like hell in the trenches when it matters, who refuses to let their city down in the clutch. Do we have the steel, the heart, the grit to withstand what's coming? Or will this reveal the ugly truth that even Detroit's relentless spirit has limits? The questions echo through Ford Field like a ghostly warning. Can the Lions' wounded defense hold the line? Will the shattered remnants of our line tighten up enough to keep the chaos at bay? Or are we staring down the barrel of an unstoppable slide into despair, watching rivals like Green Bay or Minnesota sniff blood, circling our vulnerable defense, waiting to claim our pride? The stakes could never be higher. This isn't just about a playoff run. It's about proving Detroit's resilience, rewriting the narrative that has haunted us for decades. The clock's ticking. The injuries are mounting. The city holds its breath. And as the echoes of past failures, Jim Caldwell's firing, the wild card collapses, the ghost of Barry Sanders waving goodbye rattle in our heads, the question persists. Are we destined to see this season go up in smoke, or can Detroit rally from this chaos and find a new, unbreakable Lions roar? Because the defense is crumbling, and the next move could change everything forever. But who will step into the storm and be the hero our city so desperately needs? Or are we already too late to stop it from tearing through our last hope?